Hi crafty friends, this is Chrissy here from Blue Ridge Papery. I hope you are all doing well today. This is part 2 of my TEMU haul, and these are supplies, Christmas beads. There's a bunch of cherry themed beads and quite a few sequins that I ordered. So let's go ahead and get started. So I ordered a pack of these light pink beadable pens. I didn't have any that were this light pink, and I really needed them for my stash. And then I've never ordered any of these fancy beadable pens, but I decided to get some of these. They're a little sticky, but I think they'll be fine. So there was a gold and a silver. 3 different kind of shades of pink. 3 different shades of blue and green. And here's the green one. And then this is kind of a shade of gray, but it's more like a gunmetal, bluish gray type of thing. So I got those. And then let's start with the beads. So these are the first, these are Christmas stuff I'm going to show you guys. So these are Christmas tree focal silicone beads. So it looks like actually 10 of them came in the pack. And so they're a nice size, have the big hole to use on pokey tools and beaded pens. So we have those. Then we've got these Christmas tree charms. And so they kind of look like they're clay, but they're actually not. They're acrylic. But there we go. Very, very cute. I like these a lot. And I believe there are 10 in that pack. Then we have these next. So these are tiny little Christmas trees, red stars, and they've got the AB finish. They look like they're about the 16 millimeter beads. And there are 10 of those. And then I got these fancy gemmy beads, and I think these must be 20 millimeter. They are huge. And so they've got the silver or white, red, and green. And they've got nice big holes to use for the pokey tools. And they are fancy. Fancy and sparkly. So yeah, looking forward to using those for my Christmas crafts. And then I got these little charms. So they're gold. They've got a hole at the top, and they've got gems kind of around the top. Spacer bead, and they are in green, red, and white. And I think there's about 20 of those. So I wish I had gotten a few more red ones in the pack, but there's a good number of green, so that's good. So that's that pack. And then I ordered some enamel Christmas charms. So there's quite a few of these. Let's see if I can pick some of them up. I believe there's a couple of the reindeer. Here's another reindeer. And we have a snowflake that has a gem in the middle. We've got a Christmas tree, a hat. Let's see what else we have here. We've got a snowflake, some bells. I believe it's 2 of the blue snowflakes, another one of the Christmas trees, and the hat. And let's see what else we have here. See if there's any other different ones. Well, we got a couple of the brown reindeers. Here's a little gingerbread, and there are two tiny, tiny jemmies, if you can see there. Here's a Santa, candy cane, and a mitten. And so, yeah. So a few of those. And then I also got some cellophane Christmas bags, and there's different designs on them to help wrap up some of my swaps. So there's the Santa. There's, looks like a bunch of different Christmas things there. Christmas tree. Reindeer. And a snowman. And then they repeat. And I believe there were 100 in the pack. So it looks like 5 different designs. So yeah, I would say these are probably 4x4 size. So I'm pretty pleased with those. That is all of the Christmas. So now we're gonna go into some of the kind of miscellaneous things that I got. I know I've seen other people haul these, so I wanted to get them while they were on my radar. But these sunglasses that everybody has been hauling and using, they would have been nice with the beaches and boardwalk swap that I did, but I did not have any of them. So there's light pink, a red, green, purple, and turquoise. So yeah, those will be nice for next summer. All right. And then I got some flower centers. So there's a lot in this bag. I'm not exactly sure. Let's see if it says. Nope, it does not say how many. But they're really nice gemmy centers to use for paper flowers. So yeah, nice and shiny. So I got those. And then here are some of the cherry themed items that I got. I'm just collecting things for like next spring and when I do a cherry themed swap. So these are milk cartons with cherries on them, pink. I think there's 10 of these enamel charms. Here are some other cherry enamel charms. They're fairly small. They're all the same, but yeah. So there's these cherries. And I think there's at least 20 of those, maybe 30. Here's some larger enamel cherry charms. So those are quite cute. I like the green on the leaf is, it's kind of metallic. And looks very nice. So I got those. I think there's 10 of them in there for those. Got some of these 16 millimeter AB finish cherry beads. So, and there are, I think 12 in the pack actually. So yeah, very pretty. Then I got these charms. So we've got there's actually 2 different shades of pink. It's hard to tell. And then red. This pink is a little bit darker than this one. So yeah, there are 10 of those. So those are really pretty. They kind of look crackled a bit inside, but also like they have some glitter as well. I know it's kind of hard to see, but they're really quite pretty. I don't think I've seen anybody haul those specific ones. Then I got some cherry focal beads as well. So there we have our focal beads. And that is a pack of 10 as well. So that is it with the cherries. I got these gumball machines. I don't know if you all will remember, but Joann's this past Valentine's Day had a collection that had kind of circus animals and gumball machines actually in the collection. And I have a bunch of that collection. So I wanted to go ahead and order some actual gumball charms to go with it. So there's pink ones and red ones, and those are quite nice. And there are 10 of those. Then I ordered some bee themed items. So these are some nail charms. So there are honey pots, tiny little bees. So I plan to use these probably in sequin mixes or as the centers for tiny little bows. So yeah, for a bee swap. And then this actually is not from TEMU. It is from Amazon, and it was a deal I could not pass up. They were literally $2.99 for all of these on Amazon. It was crazy cheap. I think it was some kind of a special sale. But yeah, there's literally 8 of them, and they were $2.99. That's like cheaper than TEMU even. So yeah, very pleased with that. I got some Hello Kitty nail charms. I use these. Again, I don't see how these are nail charms. They're kind of big, but very cute. Hello Kitty. I'm in a Hello Kitty swap. Well, it's actually a Sanrio swap, and Hello Kitty is what I'm using. So these will go for that swap. And then I got some lemon themed things. So these are clay lemon slices, and these are actually quite nice. They're big. I think they'll look good in sequin mixes to mix with smaller sequins and for shakers. And there's actually quite a few in there. And then I got 2 of these shaker mixes. So they've got lemon slices, and it looks like pink and white sprinkles. And I got 2 packs of those. Then I got these lemon nail charms as well. So they're kind of clear, almost look like they're kind of jelly, but basically clear acrylic lemons. All right. So that is all of the kind of supplies. Now we're going to get into the sequins that I got. So for these are the tiny 4mm flower iridescent sequins. And then I got pink ones, light pink ones. And white ones. So I think those will look nice in sequin mixes. And then I got some of these sequins that are just the round. So we've got kind of a peachy pink here, a green for Christmas, and these are all 4mm sequins. We've got red. We've got another red that's more of a watermelon red. Then we've got a lime green. Got orange to go with Halloween. Some purple to go with Halloween. Some green for Halloween or Christmas. Some more purple. These are a little different. They look glittery. Don't know if you guys can kind of see that, but yeah, they have a glittery surface on them. So they're different as opposed to these purple ones that are more metallic. And then we have some black, and these also are the ones that are kind of glittery. And then I got some tiny star-shaped sequins. So these are white. There's quite a bit in these packages. Some purple stars. And some pink. So that is what I've got with sequins. And then the last thing I have to show you all are some Harry Potter themed items that I got from TEMU. So first we have some charms. So hopefully you guys are familiar with Harry Potter, but these are kind of a clear acrylic, and they are the turn to page 394 that Snape tells the class to do. So there are 10 of those. Then I got some charms. These are the Felix Felicis. That's probably not the right way to say it, but Felix Felicis, the Liquid Luck charms from the movie. There's 10 of those. And then I got there's 10 of these. They're Love Potion charms from the movie. And then these are Polyjuice Potion charms. So I was really pleased to be able to find some of these Harry Potter charms. These are Polyjuice Potion. 10 of those. We have some brooms. And there's only 5 of these, but they're tiny little brooms. So I can use those for the swap on my dangles. And then I found some Hedwig charms, and there are 5 of these. They are nice and big, and it's Hedwig with his Gryffindor scarf sitting on a stack of books. So there are 6 of those. 6 of those. I like those. And then I found these clay beads. Let's see if I can get this open. These are clay character beads. So we've got, that looks like that's Ron with the red hair. maybe Harry, maybe Hermione, Harry, not sure who the blonde is, maybe Malfoy or Luna, but basically Harry Potter characters and clay charms, clay beads. So we have those. And then the last two things are pins that are Harry Potter themed. So there's a love potion pin. So it's got the back on it. There's a love potion pin. And a glittery polyjuice potion pin. So those will be gifts to my partner for that swap. So yeah, that is all of my TEMU hauls. So I hope you all enjoyed this and have a great day. Goodbye.